Jaylen's up. Good to see you, Jaylen.
How you doing?
Been watching you shot. Every kid that comes up, I tell them what I thought about that kid, what I remember about that kid. The thing I think about you most is kind of the up and under. Kind of going to the left side, maybe up and under, going to the right side.
Sir.
Penetrate. A little bit of hesitation to get up in that pass, a little bit of mood to get you to the other side.
Yes, sir. Just try to get open, you know.
Is that your best move?
Hesitation?
Yeah.
Probably hesitation into a floater. That's probably my best move. Floater is my bread and butter. Basically.
Everything seems to be working pretty good for you guys this year.
Sir.
What has been I mean, it hadn't been like one thing that happened this year or even last year. Over the past couple of years, what do you think's happened to make this team get together?
It's just been like team chemistry. Like we always come together. Like we eat out together, go places together, and just as a team, like we bond real well. And I think that's like the biggest thing for a team.
I didn't ask Jaylen Spicer about this. I talked a lot about your guys on our website too. The one guy that's really caught my attention, who I didn't know much about before, there's always a guy. A couple years ago, Cody Hilton shot the daylights out. Last year, Mr. Powell was pow, burning those shots up. The guy that's really kind of crazy this year, I didn't know much about before, was Sam the Slam Covington. I was calling him Sam the Bang. We got to call him Sam the Slam Covington. Mr. Sam. Sam has really got our attention. We didn't know much about Sam at all.
Yeah, he's been working on his shot a lot, coming in the morning. Like that's what a lot of us do. Come in the morning and shoot maybe almost 1,000 shots.
1,000 shots before school.
And then that just pays off in the game.
Wow. Any extra shots you take, you're right, they're going to pay off. Because you're working hard in practice, but that before school, the extra work's going to be a benefit. Sam, has he had that shot all the way before? I mean,
he's just like last year when we had Nick Powell and Colson Everett and all of them, he didn't really get a chance to show what he got, but this year he's really stepping up for us. And
is he a senior, Sam?
Yeah, he's a senior this year.
Next time you see him, so we spoke well of him. He can also dunk. We saw a dunk by him too. We saw you with a buzzer beater. Sam had a buzzer beater. Trey Turner had the buzzer beater. How did that feel? I mean, it was into the quarter. You guys, I think you had to leave, but it still feels good to close it out with a big shot. It had to feel good.
Mostly it's luck, but when it goes in, it's all smiles. It just feels good.
You got a good smile. I tell you, this kid will carry the smile a long way. Were you smiling big and wide and broad after that big 30 points against Lexington the other night?
Oh man, yeah, it was. I just came out and played my game like every other game, and just ball went in for me.
Where did they come from? Outside, inside, everywhere?
Free throws.
Free throws?
14 for 15.
Wow. 14 for 15.
14 for 15.
I wrote something on my website yesterday. I was writing about free throws. I was talking sometimes about the girls that shoot free. The young ladies that hit free throws way above. It's what's going to get them done. So you can write yourself a lifetime contract to do basketball. If you shoot free throws, you can play the rest of your life.
Yes, sir.
It's all about the free throws.
It's free. That's why they call them.
I know. It's skin in the front of the rim, nothing but net. And it's like, if you can shoot free throws, you can show up and play on any outdoor court anywhere, because you hit the free throw, you're in the game. That's what gets you in the game. If you shoot free throws, you can probably teach basketball, because every shot you take is, in my opinion, based off the free throw. Every shot you take is a straight shot, just a different angle.
It opens you up. I mean, if you're not hitting your shot, you go to the line. It makes it open up your shot.
Another thing that opens your game up too, if you're not scoring well in a game. I always tell people, try to find a bank shot. Just make a bank shot just to get some points and get going.
It's easy off the glass.
Like you said, again, you brought up a good point. The free throws are free. Take full advantage of those. 14 of 15. That's almost half your points that night.
Half my points.
Were you getting those shots going to the basket, or they just found you all over?
Well, they called a lot of fouls early. The refs called a lot of handshakes and all that. So, yeah, we were in the double bonus pretty early. So they fouled out one time. But they also had 2 technical fouls.
I got you.
So that helped. I shot all 4 of those.
Oh, yeah.
And so they just added up.
It's crazy, because if you get fouled during the play and there's a line, you can hit the first two anyway. Technical coach leads you up to shoot those as well. It happened in that Eastern Guilford game last night. They were playing Eastern Alamance, and the kid from Eastern Alamance must have made about 10 points just off the 2 free throws and the technicals.
Yeah, I actually had 8 in a row in that Lexington game. 4 off the technical fouls, and then they fouled me twice in a row.
You think after a while they might realize they don't foul that kid, but he kept fouling it. Excellent job. Made the all-tournament team. What was the memory about that? What's a good memory about making an all-tournament team? That had to feel good.
It's never happened to me before. I'm a junior. I mean, it felt good. I mean, I wanted to win, but tournament team is a good accomplishment for me.
It all seems. I mean, some people would say, "How can they make this fit?" But to me, I've not seen any loose parts. It really fits well between you and Jaylen Spicer in that backcourt. Yes, both of you are dynamic players. You both got your different roles, but the fit is good.
Yeah, we've been playing together since middle school. And when he came to high school, I was like, "Oh man, we're gonna be here 4 years, 3 years together." So I just knew we were gonna be something special.
It has been a good thing for Coach Revis, no doubt about that. Do you remember the score in the third quarter of that game with Greensboro Day?
Greensboro Day. Yeah, I remember we were playing well up to then, and then we started kind of.
Yeah, I'm thinking you guys were up like 41-38 going to the fourth quarter. It had to lead all that way, and then all of a sudden Greensboro Day stepped up that defense and made it tough.
Yeah, they're a really well-coached team. They have great players. They defend well. That's like their main thing, defending. And we just kind of got tired. The pressure got to us a little bit, and they played well there.
You might have some Henry Bibby. I'm going to players you remind me. You ever heard of the other Bibby? You've heard of Mike Bibby out of the pros.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, I think his dad, Henry. Henry played in the pros back in the New York Knicks, and you can have a little Henry Bibby in your posse. I don't know. Just think about some things you remind me of. How about the first school that contacted you about going to college there?
The first school was actually UNCW. They sent me a letter. Coach gave it to me, and it said, we're now recruiting you. So I was like, wow, this is a big step for me. Like, all this hard work is paying off.
Right.
And then the second one was Winthrop Eagles. So I didn't really know much about them, but they kind of looked into them, and they're a nice school too.
Do you get some looks? You know, you get looks during the high school. Do you get looks also during the summer on the AAU circuit? I know you probably get looks there.
Yes, sir. My first look, I think AAU was D2 Catawba College. My future AAU coach went there, and I kind of knew about that school already, and I went to their elite camp over the summer too, so I like that school.
So they got Reggie Perkins out of Westover.
Yeah,
He's down there playing some good ball for
I know him well too.
Next game up, you got Ragsdale. What do you see about Ragsdale? Big game tomorrow night. You cannot overlook any teams now. Going to throw that because you got Southwest later, but you can't look at them. You know, Page just blew them out last night. Can't take that into thought. It's all about Ragsdale. What about Ragsdale?
Ragsdale, we cannot look over them at all because the last 2 years they've actually.
I remember the game. I can throw my hand. I remember last year's game at their place. That was a wild game.
Yes.
You guys are favored coming in, and Ragsdale played the game of their life.
Game of their life. They stepped on. They came on us early, and that's what we can't let them have to do tomorrow. So we just gotta, from the start, we gotta play well.
Well, they jumped on you. TJ Parker had a blowout early first quarter. He was going crazy last year.
Yes, sir. We weren't ready for that game.
And their outside shots, they were shooting lights out outside too. And your outside shots, no disrespect toward Northwest, but man, you guys were not hitting anything outside last year.
Not at all. And we just sometimes games like that.
Yeah.
But tomorrow we gotta step it up.
Pick up the pace. But you got a lot of depth this year too. You got yourself, Jaylen Gore, you got Jaylen Spice, you got Trey Turner, you got Kevin Henry, you got Sam the Slam Man Covington in the backcourt. You got a deep backcourt, so you got a lot of depth.
Yeah, I mean, if we just play hard, stick together, play as a team like we've been doing, I think we can take care of the win.
Here's how I see it. You got Jaylen Spice with the ball handle. You got yourself to score, and you got Kevin Henry, full-time defense. You got Trey Turner, young kid can hit the outside shots. You got Sam Covington can hit outside, inside. So you got a lot of variations, a lot of role players.
Yeah, like you said, Spice is dribbling, penetrating, kicking to me.
We call him the slicer. He can slice it defense apart.
Yes, sir. If we just work together, it's an easy win for us.
And if you're a player on Jaylen Spicer's team, if you can set up outside, he slices in, he dishes off, kicks it back to the kick out. I mean, you got a good chance to get that shot.
Yeah, I've been working on my shot too. That's the one thing I've been working on. And once he gets in the lane, he can get in the lane anytime. So we just got to be ready for the shot with our hands up, ready to shoot.
And he got to make you feel like his penetration was worth the time when you hit that outside shot. Because he works his butt off to get in there. He's going to be thinking, I'm going to give them the ball, but I want to make sure I give it to them to hit it since I did that work to get there.
Yeah, so when he penetrates, we just got to knock down shots, be confident, and then I think
it's all about the payoff, right?
Yes,
got to make the payoff. Jaylen Gore with us, James Ribchak for Thursday, basketball in focus, sports in focus, I guess you'd say. What's the thing you've gotten better in your game this year? What do you got better at this year, you think?
This year was really my shooting because actually last year I shot left-handed. And I switched to my right. I'm actually right-handed, so I decided to switch to my right.
But back to the natural hand.
Back to the natural hand. I've just been working on my shot.
But you still got the left, still good.
I still got the left.
Now you got them both. Wow.
And then just working on my shot every day and just getting it better and better. And it's actually improved.
That's the thing you're working on the most, the shot these days. Getting that shot going. Other than your current coach on the team, Coach Revis, and the assistant coaches that work with him, who's the coach you've learned the most from over the years? Outside Northwest.
I would have to say my middle school coach. He's now the Northern High School coach, Bill Chambers.
Coach Chambers?
Yes, sir. He was a great coach. He taught us well, like how to play the game and how to play the right way.
I tell you, he's a student of the game. That guy's got some smarts. Not only basketball, all smarts. Very smart man.
Yes, sir. He went to UNC.
He sure did.
College, so.
And played overseas, like in the pros, like in France or somewhere, and learned the French language.
Yes, sir.
Came back and taught French here.
Yes, sir.
The man's got the academics like crazy.
He knows the game, so I think he was a big impact on me as a player.
What's some of those games you can Coronado back in the day. He had some very good teams over there.
Yeah,
You
he has
guys
some very
did.
good team because a lot of people come from Coronado to Northwest High School or Northwest Middle, so
Right.
he coached a lot of people that came up to Northwest.
What about Reggie? Did he come from over?
He came
Coronado?
from Northwest.
He came from Northwest. Reggie Davis. That guy can nail it too, right? That
Oh,
guy's
yeah.
a surprise.
Yeah.
Not a true post player. Not a really. That was kind of difference in that game too. I guess some too with Peter Ogba and
Yeah.
Reggie inside. Peter a little bit more physical.
Yes, sir.
But boy, Reggie, he can shoot the outside
He can
shot.
shoot the outside. He's very athletic, so he can jump with anybody in the gym. He just keeps working his all-around game. He's going to be a great player.
What about the Duke Carolina matchups, State Carolina matchups? Do you like State Carolina matchup or the Duke Carolina matchup better?
I'm liking the State because I'm a State fan.
Okay, we found one.
Yeah.
Got a State fan.
State fan.
People, come on. So you like that matchup? Do you
Yes,
think
sir.
State has a? I think they got a shot this
I
year.
think they got a shot. They're not. They play team ball well too. I think Coach Godfrey's coaching them well.
I don't see Cat Barber doing. He did a lot early. Doesn't
Yeah.
seem to be doing quite as much now. A little quieter now.
I think his team is playing better too. Like he doesn't have to do it all himself.
Right,
And I
right.
feel like
Some help.
Yeah, he's getting some help.
That Lacey kid. Good to see you, Coach. Take care, Big Mike. And the Lacey guy, and also Ralston Turner starting to come around a little bit, but they've got to get other guys. Those Martin twins should be big.
Martin twins are big.
They should help.
I can't tell them apart, honestly. But they're both been playing well. I saw them against, I think Pittsburgh. They played. They both
beat
played
Pittsburgh
well.
by about 68. That was a
they-
big win.
They both played well that game.
And that other kid's going to help him in the future. Got in trouble for shooting a pellet gun this week. Was that Terry Henderson kid?
Yeah, I heard about
West
that. I didn't
Virginia.
really read much about it, but I heard about that.
Yeah, just some silliness, I guess, around the school. But that guy's got a lot of offense. The guy can play offense. And that's something Coach Godfrey is doing. I'm not a big proponent of this. I'm the old proponent. I'm not even a proponent of what Coach K is doing. That's just me, my personal opinion. I like you bring the guy, and the guy's going to stay with me 4 years. I'll build the program. I use it. But so many coaches now, they got to find that transfer. They got to get it done right now. They can't wait. This competition's so tough. I guess you have to.
Yes, sir. I mean, all these like Duke, they have Okafor,
Yeah, they're not going to
big,
be there but
big
1 year.
freshman.
They're gone. So you got to be. I mean, it makes the
Yeah.
coach's job tougher, and the assistant coaches have got to be on their P's and
Yes,
Q's
sir.
recruiting. How about this? What about the Panthers on Saturday? Get you out of this basketball thing. Let you relax and get your mind on some football.
Panthers
Panthers and the Seahawks.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. I gotta go with Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
State,
man,
you
I
went to
know what
State
you
too.
mean.
and
Yeah.
I think the Seahawks are just a better team. I think they're gonna pull it
Especially
out.
being at home, they're going to be
Yeah,
tough there
yeah.
too. What about the Oregon Ohio State matchup coming up Monday? College football championship. You like either one of those teams?
I'm gonna go with Oregon
Okay,
because
Oregon.
that's Marcus Mariota, the quarterback. You know, he's Heisman winner.
Well, he sure made Florida
Great
State look
quarterback.
like
Yeah, he really
a
did.
crew of lost
Iowa
souls.
State's they have a good quarterback too, but I think Oregon's just a little bit better.
Mariota guy's going to do well. How about baseball? You know anything about baseball?
A little bit.
If you heard, we finally pulled John Smoltz out of Jaylen Spicer. Randy Johnson looks like a basketball player, 6'10". Craig Biggio or Pedro Martinez. Remember any of the teams those guys played for?
John Smoltz, he played for the Braves.
He played with the Braves. That was right. Yep. Any other guys on that list?
Was one with pitcher?
He sure was. Randy Johnson,
Randy
6'10",
Johnson.
big
That's-
pitcher.
that's about
he
all
played
I
for
know.
that same area that the Panthers are going to on Saturday.
Really? I didn't know. I don't know that.
You know where
much
the Panthers are
about
going Saturday, right? Who are they playing
Yes,
again?
they played the Cardinals Saturday.
They're playing the
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Yeah.
They're located in.
Seattle.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Seattle Mariners, Randy Johnson. We're digging that out. We got somewhere. We're making some progress. How about the HACO tournament? Do you know what the HA in HACO stands for? These are all just wild questions we pull in.
HA. I have no
I'm going
idea.
to save it for Jaylen Seegers. Jaylen's got the last shot at 8. You know Al Jefferson. You keep up the Hornets.
Yes, sir.
Big Al, Kemba Walker, P.J. Harrison.
Yes, sir.
Center spot, Bismarck Biombo. And they're going with Cody. I think Cody Zeller's playing well for those. Anybody
Yes,
follow
sir.
the Hornets? I think Cody Zeller's doing well.
Cody Zeller is doing well. He in college he played well too. I was like, oh, he's gonna be a player in the NBA, and he's actually stepped up. I thought he's a better player in the NBA.
I think Marcus Kidd Gilchrist is playing better since he finally started getting things too.
His shooting,
And rebounding some too. Like that rebounding he does. Are you a rebounder? Are you and Jaylen Spicer getting any boards these
I can get
days?
some boards now.
Yeah, get a few boards. Maybe 5 a game, 4 a game.
4 or 5 a game.
That's not bad. A goal, about 6 or 7 assists, maybe about 14. I'm not going to give you too many points. I'm going to blow this out. 14 to 16 points, maybe
Yes,
about
sir.
4 or 5 assists, 4 or 5 rebounds. Good balance.
That's about right.
We get Seegers in here next. Seegers is going to really blow it out because Seegers has got the scoring. He's got the
Yes, sir.
rebound, block shots, loose balls. That man's crazy on the court. But favorite class right now at Northwest?
Favorite class? Probably gonna go with math.
Math class? Who's the teacher there?
Mr. Bites. His son actually played on Northwest when I was a freshman. He was actually on the team. So
What was his last name again?
Bites.
Bites. I remember Bites.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bites.
Bites. Because that name was when I was I didn't know that much about. I remember that name. It does kind of ring a bell. Least favorite class or hardest class?
Physics. That's pretty
Physics.
tough.
Who teaches that one?
Mr. Thomas. I don't really know much about him. He's my first year. I've never heard about him, but just the class itself is kind of tough, but it's not bad.
have a favorite show or channel on television you keep up with?
Yes, Scandal.
Scandal. That's one on ABC, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
About the DC politics and
Yes,
stuff
sir.
like
Yes,
that.
sir. I'm all into that one.
You ever watch The Good Wife on Sundays?
No, sir. I haven't seen that one.
Got to get some people in that eventually. But what about, how do you close out your basketball practice, the routine you use? How do you close yours out? Have you got to hit like 3 shots in a row, 7 in a row, or a certain amount of free throws?
Usually we shoot, as a team, we all shoot free throws. We have to make 80 before we miss 20. And that's usually how we end our practice. And then once we end our practice, just break it down. So
if you got to go on away shot yourself, will you leave the gym? You got to make one shot?
Make my last one. I got to make
Everybody's got to do that. Got to get that going away shot. What about playing the game to 21, playing a little 16 win by 2 or 15 win by 2 or horse? What's the guaranteed win for you if you take on anybody, any challenge, you'll beat them in this game? Of those 3 games, which one do you beat them in? Are you a 21 man, a horse man, or 15 by 2?
I'm probably a horseman.
You can beat them in a horse.
Probably a horseman.
Your shots guard, yeah, because you're good lefty too. Because if you got a left-handed shot a horse and you bank it off, you can beat that guy any day of the week. No, don't even use a bank and horse and left-hand shot. Use a straight shot. You can't hit that straight shot.
It's still there. I still can shoot the left.
It's good stuff. How about cross-country skiing? We're talking about the Olympics today. Let's talk about that. So about cross-country skiing on a flat terrain surface in the Olympics, and you look out, you see a rabbit jump out of a hole. Just great outdoor winter activity. Would you be a cross-country skier?
Probably not.
Too dangerous ankles?
I don't know. It seems kind of hard to me. I don't know if I could do it.
I think I can do it. I'm going to let you roll.
Thank
Get Mr. Seegers in next. Good luck in that game against Ragsdale. Thanks
Thanks
for all you do for Northwest. Keep up the good work and make something out of yourself for us.
Yes, sir.
You got it.